Test, 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 test. Good evening, ladies, and welcome back to the Lipstick and Glitter Show. I'm your host, Tiffany Holden, with you again tonight on this great Sunday evening. Now, the holidays are just around the corner. Goodness gracious, we've got Thanksgiving already coming up next week. And right after that, you know what it is, my favorite time of year? My birthday, but then comes Christmas. So, I'm going to share with you a great, easy, DIY, do-it-yourself manicure that anybody can do, no matter whether you're left-handed, right-handed, or totally uncoordinated like me. So, first off, we're going to need our trusty nail kit. Now, I normally, as you know, those of you who've been watching this show for a long time, normally I have my nail art camera going on right here so that you ladies can see that inset in the bottom of your YouTube screen of what's actually happening right here. But I gotta confess, I got a terrible cold this last weekend, and I figured the worst time to sneeze 4 times in a row would be right when I'm doing some sort of intricate dotting maneuver right here. So I figured I'd photograph it ahead of time, and I'll just show you the results. Alrighty, so first off, with any nail art, kind of have to decide what direction you're gonna go. So nail art can go so many different directions these days, it is insane. And all of these photos are from Pinterest, from gals that have done really amazing stuff on their hands. How cool is that? I always love the elegant things because it kind of keeps us from looking a little too kindergarten-y, like we just sort of took crayons or markers and drew on our fingers, although that's sort of what we do anyways. But it also keeps those of us who are a little bit less artistic or creative from sort of having I drew a coloring picture on my fingernail because it didn't turn out as amazing as I wanted it to be. Y'all know who you are. I know that's me. So, we're gonna go for an easy peasy Christmas manicure based upon a picture with some accent nails right here, and then just an easy peasy red manicure on the other 8 nails. That way, if you get a little bit impatient or you smudge a nail, you just have 2 to redo instead of all 10, and we know how exhausting that can be. So, moving right along, what you need are your nice clean fingernails, as usual, which means you have to get rid of any old nail polish that might be on there. I had some all gold going on, and now gold is fabulous, but metallics, awful. Let's take off your fingernails. So we have our trusty nail polish remover, cotton balls. We got a surface to work on so you're not scarring up your table. I have spilled nail polish remover onto a dining room table, and it did not go well. Let's just say I was kind of in trouble for a little while. Alrighty, we need our nail polish, we need our other nail polish, and we'll talk about what those are for in a second. First step after we have our clean fingers is to do our base coats, which is the easy part. So we just have some nice bright red, Christmas red. Now I'm a fan of using something that's a little bit on the cooler side of the red tones because I'm kind of pale, I've got dark hair. A lot of gals though look amazing with more of an orangey red on their fingernails, so you can pick whatever red you want. This is Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Extreme Wear, which means it's supposed to last longer, but I already have a chip going here, so we'll see how that works. This one is the Sally Hansen Red Carpet. If I could call it what I wanted to call it, it would be Dorothy's Ruby Red Slippers because it kind of has that ruby glitter going on, but they call it red carpet. So that's what I have for my 2 base coats on 8 nails. Then we have our ring fingernail on each hand is going to be in a basic white color, and this is the Kiss Bio-Strength French tip nail enamel, but it can really be any white color that you like. 2 layers of that will keep it nice and opaque, and that's going to be our canvas for our nail art. Alright, next up is the fun part. So after the 2 layers of nail polish have dried, now we all know how hard it is when you're between layers of nail polish to not smudge the nails when you're trying to put on the next layer, and all of a sudden you've got multiple layers sliding around on your finger. This is why you watch TV while doing your nails. Hello! So a nice episode of What Not to Wear, or maybe some CSI, or something like that, can really keep those nails nice and hardened because you leave a good 15 to 20 minutes between coats. So you put on your 2 layers of nail polish undercoats, then we use our dotting tool. Now you can spend $5 or $6 on Amazon for a dotting tool, or you can walk into your kitchen and grab a toothpick. Either one works. And I can use a toothpick both for larger dots, as you can see on my lovely image here, or you can use smaller dots. I use the same end of the same toothpick for those. Easy peasy. Now, for this one, I just did a couple large dots in the red, a couple large dots in the gold. I just kind of filled it in with some little dots in both the red and the gold. It was really festive, really, really fun to do, and super, super easy. And hey, if I had smudged it all over the place, hey, I could have made stripes. Or I could have painted around it. Or, oh, I could make a red triangle and put a little gold star at the top, and all of a sudden I have a Christmas tree on my fingernail. That's what's so nice about working with nail art and toothpicks, as opposed to all the fancy schmancy brushes and pens and all sorts of crazy things like that. So once you have whatever nail art you're planning to do on your lovely ring fingers, let it dry. Like I said before, watch some CSI, watch some What Not to Wear, whatever. Make sure that those dots get nice and dry before you put on the last layer. And our last layer is a top coat. A good top coat covers a multitude of sins, because if you have multiple layers going on, and if you're using tape and you pull off the tape and there's ridges, a top coat smooths over all of that and it seals everything in. Also, a little bit more expensive top coat can cover up a 99-cent or $1.99 nail polish and keep it lasting just as long as those velvet finish and matte finish $8.99 nail polishes. So I always go for a nice strong top coat. I usually also put on a top coat a few days later just to seal it in again. Make sure always, whenever you're putting on a top coat, that you, and I'll demonstrate with our lovely toothpick here, that you also swipe this direction at the very end. That way it seals in the layers of nail polish, because the edges is always where everything chips, as we all know. Once you finish your top coat and let it dry, we have our lovely nail polish result. And here again, like I was saying earlier, you can go with all sorts of different variations on the same very simple concept, different patterns you can do, different ideas. So ladies, in the comments, I want to see the pictures that you're going to be doing for your holiday manicures, if you're doing one for a Christmas party, maybe for Thanksgiving, or for the best holiday of the year, December 1st, my birthday. You can also show me too. And I want to see all of those next week, same time, same place, right here. I'll be talking about how to stack bracelets for the most effective holiday party accessory